Hey, this is Coach Shay with Alpha Girl Soccer Academy, and welcome to the Alpha Girl Soccer Podcast Show, where we aim to inspire, empower, and positively impact female athletes. Welcome back, guys. So on today's episode, I'm going to teach you how to overcome the fear that many of us have, which is the fear of being judged by others. And of all the girls that I talked to, this is one of the most common fears that any teenager has. Of course, as humans, we all want to be liked and no one wants to be judged, especially teenagers who are trying hard to fit in and be well liked. But it becomes a problem when players are so afraid of how other people perceive them, whether it's their teammates, their coaches, other parents, that they completely hold back when they play. So for example, when I played, this was a huge problem that I had. I remember very specifically in one game where a few of my friends came to watch me play when I was playing club. And for some reason in my head, I was terrified of making a fool of myself when I was playing. So I played like I played in a shell. I was scared of making mistakes. I remember this ball that I could have gotten to, that I could have sprinted to and gotten, but I didn't want to try too hard and fail. I would rather have not really put in full effort and failed than try my hardest and failed, because in my eyes at the time, if I tried hard and I failed, then that would be an embarrassment. And I know that a lot of players kind of have that same thing going on within them. And I don't know why that happens, but it's a very common problem that when we are so afraid of being judged, we want to make it look like we really aren't trying our hardest. And we don't want to make mistakes when we feel like being judged, because as soon as we make a mistake, you can see it on the field. Is a lot of you probably do this. When you make a mistake, what's the first thing you do? You might look towards the sidelines at your parents, at your coaches. You might be bracing yourself, being yelled at by your teammates or your coaches. And that is no way to play, because I guarantee you, when you're only focused on what other people are thinking of you, then you can't fully be in the zone. You can't fully play to your full potential, and you can't fully enjoy yourself like you should. So my advice for anyone who is really trying to get over that fear of being judged is to realize that most people are way more concerned about themselves and about what they're doing than they are with you. And I mean that in the best way. I'm not saying that people don't care about you. I'm just saying that everyone is worried about being judged. Everyone's thinking that all eyes are on them, when in reality, everyone is kind of internalizing everything and thinking about themselves. So you may think that Sally is judging you when you make a wrong move, but the reality is that Sally's only probably thinking about the mistake she just made, and she didn't even realize you were making a mistake, right? And yes, people will notice you make a mistake, but the thing is that the mistake that you make may stick in your head for a few minutes or a few hours or even a few weeks. But to that person, they're not going to remember your mistakes 5 seconds from when you made it. So realize that you are way harder on yourself than other people are on you. And when you can kind of get past that and realize that people don't really care about the mistakes you make, then you can let go. And that's really the key to playing more confidently, having more fun, and playing better, is just by letting go and stop worrying about what other people are thinking or how other people are judging you or how other people are perceiving you. Because when it comes down to it, it doesn't matter what other people think of you. It only matters what you think of yourself, right? And if you're working your butt off, then that's all you can do. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake. Everyone makes mistakes. People always worry that, oh, I'm going to get judged by making a mistake. But what we don't realize is that they're making mistakes too. So I know this is way easier said than done, but just remember that you are your own worst critic. So stop being so concerned that other people are judging you, because they probably aren't. And the ones that are judging you, in my opinion, their judgments are irrelevant. The only people's opinions who you should actually take to heart are the people that care for you and love for you. Okay, so it's not the people, your friends that aren't really good friends. It's your parents, your coaches, your best friends. Take their opinions. I'm not saying to not listen to their opinions and their feedback. I'm saying don't listen to outsiders' judgments, because most of the time they're not even true. They're just what they first perceive of you. So I hope that helps. I know that was a little ranty, but that's something that a lot of girls have been struggling with lately. And it's something that I really wanted to touch on this week because I know from my own experience, it was something that I really struggled with and something that really held me back for a lot of years that I wish I would have had help with. And if you need more help with your confidence, I recently opened up my Alpha Girl Confidence membership program, which is for girls just like you, or if you're a parent listening, just like your daughter, that need help with their confidence, that want to improve the mental side of their game. So if you want more information on that, I will post a link in the show notes below. We have 2 calls a month, and these calls are awesome. I bring in guest speakers, and we have seen great results with the players that have been in this program. So if this episode helped you, please share it with a friend, share it with a fellow parent. And please leave us a 5-star review on iTunes so that we can continue to grow the show. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll catch you on next week's episode.